Friends of Foreign Wars, American Legion, Kiwanis, Rotary, OurValues, Elk Club, the Catholic Church, Presbyterian Church, the Methodist Church, Lutheran Church, the Christian Church on the chapel, all formed community values. They all inoculated us into a community. Each one of those were particular to their community. Well, there was an overarching value that was there. There was a set of community values that we were inoculated into. My generation's Ted's generation grew up in that community. We grew up in a community where you went to church every Sunday, or you belonged to the Elks Club, or you belonged to the Kiwanis Club or the Rotary Club. But that was a community identity. In my hometown, it was a rite of passage. I grew up in a very small community. And when you joined the Elks Club, it was a rite of passage. That meant you became a member of that community. It was a big deal. My father sponsored me to the Elks Club. And a proud member at 21 years old, and back from Vietnam, I signed that application. And the application said, "Are you a white member of the male race?" I proudly said, "Yes, I am." 3 years later, I found a conscience and I resigned. Those organizations, religious organizations, community organizations, they call them fraternal organizations, had a set of values that we lived with, and they held you accountable in the community. The other part of the value, of course, was bigotry and racism. But those have all tended to fade away. What has replaced those organizations over your generation? Your generation. The only significant one that is still existent is the military, where you are inoculated into a very clear set of values. You transition that into your professional life. Most of you gentlemen in here have been raised in a non-sectarian community, is my guess. When's the last time any one of you attended a church service on a Sunday morning? Right? It's a minority of this group. That reflects the nation as a whole. It reflects what's going on in the community. So where do you get those values? You get those values in an organization like this. Next year, we are going to be 60 years old. Natius will come back, and he will have been with us 52 of those 60 years. Wow. Wow. Yeah. But we've evolved as a group. We even let women in the clubhouse now. And we're better for it. In the organizations, the transition of the things that we talk about in here, the values that we talk about, are almost incidental. In this group, you will experience 4 generations. 4 generations that you will be treated as an equal to. You would never relate to your grandfather or your great-grandfather the way you relate to Bob Toller. He's a fellow member of this group. Organizationally, the values that we learn in here translate into our everyday lives. One of the secrets of Toastmasters that people don't talk about, when you evaluate my speech, what are you doing? You're evaluating the process of my speech, and you're shutting down your biases. Your biases, the sharp edges of your biases get beveled in an organization like this. And you learn other skills that directly translate into your business life and your personal life. I was the EVP of an organization called Stelcom. I got there, we had 60 employees. 5 years later, we had 500. We had 4 core values that the employees wrote. Let me ask you, how many of you who are now in business have a primary core value of we don't lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those who do? Okay? That went across to Northwest Airlines in Minneapolis when an engineer tried to game a project. Another engineer said, "We don't lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those who do." So values and code of ethics are what continue across our society, our communities, our professional life, and our personal life. And you simply don't get those incidentally. You have to go to church, or you have to belong to an organization like this in order to get and share in those values. So that's why I've been a member of this club for 22 years. It isn't the speaking portion, it's what I get from all of you. I get from all of this community. So it's the values which drive us every day. And if you notice, we actually talk about those values in here. We consciously talk about the values. I would submit that in no other organization except your church will you actually have that discussion. So gentlemen, ethics, ethos, and codes work, and they communicate every single day to us. Mr. Toastmaster.
If you would please give Dwayne